This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate.
Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors.
I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
Is that better?
It was a dial, huh?
I guess so. All right, welcome to the Radio Realtors, Northern California's #1 real estate radio show, and we're proudly coming to you live from the Zothex Flooring, Cabinets, and More studios. My name is Robert Lewis, your real estate professor.
And I'm Frank Crandall, your consigliere of real estate, and thanks for tuning in today.
And we're happy that you could swing by, and if you have a question or a comment, you can reach out to us on the Radio Realtors hotline. Feel free to call or text us on that hotline number. That number is 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO.
I see what you did there, Rob. And considering that we're broadcasting live from the driving range at Rancho Murrieta Country Club, the home of my recent Swing for the Kids golf tournament, I think that was a stroke of genius.
I just see what you did there too, Frank. And we might as well just admit it. If you don't enjoy golf and golf puns, you're probably not going to enjoy this show too much today. However, once again, to get a hold of us, give us a call or a text at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO.
Or you can live chat with us 24/7 by driving on over to our website at radiorealtors.com. That's radiorealtors.com.
And we've got a swinging show for you, baby. Yeah! Including living in a golf course community. Could it fit you to a T, Frank?
Yeah, and the Ask the Inspector segment with Hawkeye home experts. So once again, you can connect with us on the Radio Realtors hotline anytime at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO.
Or once again, you can use that live chat option 24/7 at our website, radiorealtors.com. That's radiorealtors.com. Well, Frank, people have hundreds of questions about buying a home, and some of the questions we hear repeatedly, while others aren't as common. And one question that some buyers ask us is whether they should buy a house situated on a golf course.
And the answer is a resounding yes, 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 if you're asking me, Rob.
And I would agree with you, Frank. So maybe we can end the show right now and just go hit the North Course or even the South Course here at Rancho Murrieta.
Okay, let's not be too hasty, Rob.
Okay, Frank.
But Rob, there's no denying that the Sacramento area is known as one of the best golf areas in the United States.
And because we are the Radio Realtors, anytime one of our potential home buyers is thinking about buying a home in a golf course community like this one, Rancho Murrieta, even though we love golfing, because we do, we aren't always immediately telling you yes, yes, yes. But what we do is recommend that you take into consideration all the pros and cons.
That's right, Rob. And after you hear today's show, you should be able to make an educated decision as to whether living on a golf course is the right fit. Get it?
I get it.
Okay, the right fit for you or not.
Yeah, Frank. And if you're thinking about buying a home that is located on a golf course, there are some very nice perks. And today on the Radio Realtors, we're going to first cover the top benefits to buying a house that's situated in a golf course community. And don't you think that's a fair way to do it, Frank?
You're killing me, Smalls.
Frank, you're loving this.
Well, we're at the driving range and we're educating our listeners. It doesn't get much better than this, in my humble opinion.
And there are some heavy hitters here today at the driving range.
I know. There's a guy just down the way that has those ping clubs. I have to check those out.
Ping clubs, huh? Well, as soon as we're done, I'm going to get out my new Callaway Maverick driver.
Ooh.
And I got introduced to the Callaway pre-owned website from my brother-in-law, and I got a pre-owned Maverick fairway wood, so I'm ready to go.
I saw that. It's about time you got a little more serious.
I agree, Frank, and part of that is your fault.
Guilty as charged, so let's get the segment teed off.
Mm-hmm.
The number one benefit of owning a home on a golf course is it's viewed as prestigious.
I love that word prestigious, Frank, and there's no doubt about it. There's a certain amount of notoriety that comes with living in a golf course community, whether you try to downplay it or not. It's just nice to be able to say that you live in a well-respected community.
Well, Rob, after all, it does give you some bragging rights, and it's not something that just anyone can claim. And as a bonus, your family and friends will want to come and visit you because of the convenience of getting in a round of golf.
Yeah, Frank, and another plus is because you are surrounded by a community of like-minded people who share the same passion for golfing. You probably are never going to be lacking dinner guests or beer or bourbon buddies, that's for sure.
And Rob, living in a golf course community is designed to please not only the avid golfer, but really the entire family.
I agree, Frank, and even the extended family.
Okay, that's very true. Now, the number 2 benefit of owning a home on a golf course is it's reducing your chances of having bad neighbors.
Well, at least by 1/3 anyway. But
Yeah.
Even though when you buy a home on a golf course and the chances of having bad neighbors is reduced, it's still highly recommended that buyers thinking about buying a golf course home still do their research on the neighborhood.
Yep, buyers who understand how to choose a neighborhood greatly decrease the chances of making a bad decision and can help avoid a home buyer's remorse.
That's right, Frank.
The number 3 benefit of owning a home on a golf course is it's a fantastic decision if you're an avid golfer.
And I think this has to be the most obvious benefit, Frank, because if you love golf, then this could be the best home buying decision you ever made. And if you love golf, then living in a golf course community is literally going to be like heaven on earth for you.
Well, of course. Clearly, the proximity to a golf course is ideal for an avid golfer, but there are also possibilities of discounted club rates for the homeowners that live on the course.
That's right. And if a buyer plans on getting a membership to a local golf club, getting a discount on the annual membership dues or green fees could be enough of a benefit to justify the purchase of a home which is located in a golf course community. Now, before we get to the benefit number 4 of living in a golf course community, and because we're broadcasting from Rancho Murrieta here, we're going to give you our Radio Realtors Rancho Murrieta Audio Open House number 1. And we're calling this one Rewarding in Rancho Murrieta. And this is a 3 to 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom, nearly 2,200 square foot home that has, get this, Frank, you're going to love it, panoramic golf views of the 13th green and the 14th tee of Rancho Murrieta's North Course. And we know the North Course, that course is tough, right?
Come to Papa.
But it is a beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful course.
Yes.
And this home has beautiful hardwood floors throughout most of the home, dramatic vaulted ceilings, and a brand new metal roof, which is going to protect you from any errant golf balls. We're going to probably be talking about those things in just a little bit. The spacious great room offers a wall of windows, which is so nice for those great golf views, a gas log fireplace, custom built-ins, and space for formal dining. And this home has an open chef's kitchen, which if you like to cook, this is the place to be. It has granite countertops, custom cabinetry, a sub-zero refrigerator, and stainless steel appliances. You're going to love it if you like to cook, and even if you just like to eat, you're going to love this kitchen. The master suite has its very own private upper deck with amazing golf views as well. It has 2 walk-in closets, dual sinks, a soaking tub, and a stall shower. And downstairs there is a secondary master bedroom with an adjacent full bath. And the fantastic floor plan is ideal for entertaining. It's got French doors to the spacious rear Trex deck. And this home is priced nicely at $739,000. It is a deal.
To get a private tour of this great home, what we call Rewarding in Rancho Murrieta, call us or text the word rewarding to 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO.
And you know what? We got to go to break, but we will be back right after this. We are the Radio Realtors.
It's in the hole.
You know, there are some people that believe that all mortgage lenders are the same. But do you believe that diamonds and cubic zirconia are the same? Well, at first glance, they look very similar. But to the trained eye, they are totally different because one's a fake. What's even worse is when you're in the middle of buying a home and you discover that your mortgage lender is a cubic zirconia. This discovery could make you lose your dream home and your hard-earned money. And if you want the real thing and not a fake when it comes to buying your next home, you need the diamond of lenders, Jeff Combs Compton with Guild Mortgage. Jeff and his team, they're devoted to helping you get the right loan with the best interest rates and the lowest fees. And Jeff can close fast in many cases in as little as 10 to 21 days. For a quick response, you can call or text Jeff at 916-765-2900. That's 916-765-2900. Or apply online at jeffcompton.com. That's jeffcompton.com. NMLS ID number 298997. Equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Jerry with Chim Chimney Professional Fireplace and Home Services. Last year was our best ever, and to show our appreciation, we're offering discounts for all your spring cleaning and honeydew list. We're called Chim Chimney, so of course we do chimney cleaning and repairs, but we're also the trusted pros at rain gutter cleaning, dryer vent cleaning, pressure washing, tree trimming, and junk removal. Call us today at 916-247-6579 or online at thechimchimney.com. That's thechimchimney.com.
Nothing improves the value of your house and the quality of your life more than updating and renovating your home.
And nothing is more annoying than having to find and hire a quality flooring guy, cabinet maker, installer, or painter.
Which is why you need to check out Zothex, your one-stop shop for home improvement and renovation. Zothex is everything you need in one place.
Everything?
Everything. Flooring, cabinets, countertops, kitchen and bath remodeling, painting and installation. Zothex has a dedicated team to serve you. And unlike those big box stores, the team at Zothex will make sure all your needs are met on time and within budget.
And let me guess, they're booked out for 6 months?
Nope. For small projects, Zothex will get you a same-day quote. For bigger projects, just 48 hours. And they have showrooms in Sacramento, Roseville, Rockland, Elk Grove, and Vacaville.
With Rancho Marietta opening soon.
And they travel to Truckee, Tahoe, Napa, Vallejo, and beyond. Head to Zothex.com.
That's ZOTHEX.com.
ZOTHEX, Zothex.
If you're in real estate, you know that being an agent isn't always as glamorous as you see on HGTV. The real life of a realtor can be tough physically, emotionally, and financially. What if there was a way to take control of your life and career without paying thousands of dollars? What if there was a way to put together a lucrative retirement plan that most agents only dream about? At the Radio Realtors, we help realtors create greater personal wealth by utilizing amazing advances in technology. Let's get together for coffee and discuss how you could be a part of history, like the Amazon of real estate. Find out how we're making real estate fun and rewarding through multiple streams of income. There's a saying, if you're going to live, leave a legacy, make a mark on the world that can't be erased. Whether you want to be a realtor, you have a few years in, or you're a veteran, are you ready to make your mark? Let us help you. Call us 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO or online at radiorealtors.com.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors. I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
We are having a great time. We're broadcasting live from one of the best places ever, Rancho Marietta. We're at the driving range, and you know Rancho Marietta Country Club. It has 2 great courses, but this community is just great. And we are welcoming you back to our outdoor studio. And it is still the Zothex Flooring Cabinets and More Studios. And my name is Robert Lewis, your real estate professor.
And I'm Frank Crandall, your consigliere of real estate.
And this is like one of the best days ever, Frank.
Yeah, this is a blast. I love the sounds and the smells. It is just awesome.
Now, I got to ask you, do you love the smell of the grass and the dew on the grass? It's intoxicating.
Yeah, it is. It reminds me of 2 sports, really. When they cut the grass, it smells like baseball. Mm-hmm. And then there's this beautiful golf course. I don't see how anybody could be indoors when you have something like this.
That's for sure. And we're having so much fun here talking to the golfers. And it is fitting that we are here because we are discussing living in a golf course community. Could it fit you to a T? I thought that was pretty funny. So far, we haven't got anybody laughing about that because I think they're thinking it's a T-shirt. But I said, could it fit you to a T?
Yeah, I got it.
T-E-E.
I
think it's great.
I do.
And we're talking about the benefits and the drawbacks of living in a golf course community. And number one was living in a golf course community is viewed as prestigious.
Or bougie.
Is bougie the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So is it a little bougie, I guess, living in a...
Yeah.
I guess that's bourgeoisie.
Bingo.
It's short for that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But, living in a golf course community is viewed as prestigious, and it's just a great place to live. There's a certain level of esteem when you live there, and there's just something about it.
I couldn't agree more.
Now, benefit number 2 of owning a home in a golf course community, Frank, is buying a home at a place like this reduces the chances of you having bad neighbors. And sometimes when you live on a golf course, you don't have anybody living behind you because you're right on the fairway or the green or the tee box. So it lessens the chances of having a bad neighbor behind you at least. And we know that having bad neighbors wherever you live can make your life pretty miserable.
You're right, Rob. Bad neighbors are no bueno.
That's right. So true, Frank. Now, the number 3 benefit of living in a golf course community is it is a fantastic location if you're an avid golfer. I mean, it's true. And I don't think that we need to go too deep into the rough on this one.
Oh.
But if you love golf, why wouldn't you want to live on a golf course?
Yeah, I agree, Rob. There's pretty much no better place for you to live if you love golf.
Right, Frank. So what's benefit number 4 of living in a golf course community?
Benefit number 4 is well manicured and beautiful surroundings.
That is so true, Frank. It is so beautiful here at Rancho Murrieta. And the majority of home buyers are going to view a property that is located next to a neighbor or a vacant home that has poorly maintained grounds at least one time or another when you're out shopping for homes.
Yeah, Rob, and you've seen that home that has knee-high grass, overgrown shrubs, and weed-filled flower beds.
Yep, Frank, and we've all seen those eyesores, and you rarely see those in a golf course community. The majority of the surroundings are normally well manicured and well maintained, and since most golf courses pride themselves on the conditions of their grounds, the chances of having beautiful yards are a lot higher.
And Rob, in addition to the improved likelihood of well-groomed surroundings, many golf course communities, in my humble opinion, they're just simply beautiful.
That's right, Frank. And whether it's a golf course with lakes or ponds or fountains or mature tree-lined fairways, the surroundings of a golf course home can be breathtaking.
And Rob, have you noticed how many deer you've seen?
But yeah, lots of deer today.
Yeah. So what are the drawbacks of living in a golf course community? I'm really surprised you want me to talk about this at all, knowing that I don't feel that there are any drawbacks at all.
Yeah, and in your book, there aren't any drawbacks, Frank. However, we have to let our listeners know about the pros and cons so that we don't have someone coming back to us at a later date, not liking us. They said, hey, we didn't give them the whole enchilada about buying a home in a golf course community, and they ended up getting hit on the head with a golf ball, that
I know.
kind of stuff,
Pros and cons, fair and balanced. Okay, I get it.
All right. I like that, fair and balanced. Now, as we have just covered, there are certainly some amazing advantages of living in a golf course community. However, there are certainly some disadvantages as well.
All right, Rob. So let's give our listeners some of the most common drawbacks of living on a golf course. The number 1 drawback of owning a home on the golf course is, they probably already know, Rob, irate golfers.
Oh, man. And they say golf is a gentleman's and a ladies' game, but not so fast. There are a lot of golfers out there who swear like sailors, and they can be downright irate when things are not going well for them on the links there, Frank.
Yeah, this is one of the drawbacks of buying a home on the golf course.
Yeah, we got throwing clubs, screaming profanity, and even straight having temper tantrums. I've seen it, and I can't say that I haven't done it myself, right? But that could happen more than we like on a golf course.
Oh, it has. It's happened numerous times. Now, not by me, of course, but before buying a home on a golf course community, buyers, they need to realize that they may potentially experience this type of behavior.
Yeah, and if a buyer's planning on summer barbecues in their backyard with their family, they should expect to see this type of thing happen at one point or another if they're buying a home in a golf course community. That's just the way it is. Bruce Hornsby in the Range.
Wow. Do you think that band Bruce Hornsby in the Range was originally Bruce Hornsby and the Driving Range?
I do not know, Frank, but I know they started out in a lot of clubs.
Ironing their skills, no doubt.
Okay, Frank, let's move on from here. Boy, this is getting bad with the golf puns. So what is the next drawback, Frank?
The number 2 drawback of owning a home on the golf course is wayward golf balls, but I know nothing about that. One of the biggest fears of homeowners who live in a golf course community, especially on the course, are those errant shots from golfers.
Yeah, Frank, imagine you're sitting in your kitchen enjoying your morning cup of joe, and the next thing you know, you hear a loud crash and the breaking of glass as a Titleist Pro V1 comes right through your beautiful picture window. That does not sound like much fun to me, Frank.
No, it doesn't, Rob. And depending on the location of your home on the golf course, that will determine the likelihood of wild golf balls hitting your house.
Right, Frank. And if your home is located behind a tee box, the chances of those wayward golf balls hitting a home are greatly reduced. But if a home is located down from a tee box or along the fairway on maybe like a long par 5, the chance of one of those golf balls hitting your home is quite a bit higher.
Rob, I have a friend that when he goes to play golf at this one course, he gives his credit card to the pro shop just in case one of his shots causes damage to a home along the course. So it's well taken care of.
Now, that is a guy that knows his game, at least on that one course.
Yes, sir.
And Frank, I can neither confirm or deny that anyone from our foursome hit homes in the amazing community that we're in right now during your swing for the kids.
I don't want to hear that, Rob, but if a buyer is considering buying a home in a golf course community, it is crucial to understand the importance of the location of your home on the course layout.
And if you're a potential home buyer not taking the location into consideration of that home on a golf course that you're wanting to buy, could be a big mistake.
Huge mistake. Huge. No one wants to wear a helmet when they're lounging around their pool.
Or while they're doing their yard work.
That's right. Okay, the number 3 drawback of owning a home on the golf course is lack of privacy.
Well, this is a good one because if privacy is a feature that you're looking for in a home, buying a home on a golf course may not be ideal because one of the biggest negatives to golf course living is there is not a lot of privacy in many cases.
Yep, and during peak golfing season, you can expect a consistent flow of traffic from golfers throughout the whole day.
Right, so depending on the age of the course and the amount of money that the buyer wants to spend on privacy landscaping, that's going to determine the amount of privacy or lack thereof. Now, before we get to the number 4 drawback of living in a golf course community, and like we said before, because we're here broadcasting from Rancho Murrieta, we're going to give you our Radio Realtors Rancho Murrieta Audio Open House number 2. So we're calling this one Rich in Rancho Murrieta, and this is a completely remodeled, nearly 2,900 square foot home. It has 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, plus a theater room with a panoramic view of the 13th fairway and manicured green. And this opulent home was built in 2004, and it has been wonderfully upgraded with designer built-ins, extensive engineered wood floors, 2-tone interior and exterior paint, contemporary light fixtures, ceiling fans, and hardware. It has a charming and relaxing large covered porch that leads to a spacious 2-story living room and dining room with crown molding. The open kitchen has freshly painted white cabinetry with decorator hardware, new stainless steel appliances, wraparound counters with a dining bar, a walk-in pantry, and bright nook. The family room has pictured windows, a fireplace, plus a slider to a stamped-colored concrete patio, a grassy fenced backyard with night-lighted pergola and fencing, plus views of the beautiful rolling golf course. It has a convenient downstairs bed and full bathroom. The master suite has vista views, a walk-in closet with custom built-in organizers. The master bath has a soaking tub and separate shower. It has a 2-car plus golf cart garage with overhead storage. It also has an energy-efficient whole house fan and a concrete tile roof to protect you from those wayward golf balls. It's priced at $829,000. And to see Rich in Rancho Murrieta, all you got to do is call or text the word Rich to 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. And we'll be back after this.
Fine shot.
Robert Lewis here, and my mind is blown because Sovereign Lending Group just told me about their forgivable equity builder loan. This amazing mortgage loan gives you up to 10% of the purchase price of a home, and this 10% can be used for either your down payment or closing costs. For example, if you qualified to buy a home for $450,000, you could receive $45,000 to help you buy it. Mind blown, right? Now, you do have to be a first-time buyer or not have owned a home within the last 3 years, and you must be within the income guidelines guidelines, but this is one of the best mortgage loans we've ever seen. Find out if you qualify. Call 916-765-4607 or apply online at POORIAloans.com. NMLS ID number 2099042, Equal Housing Lender. This loan, particularly the forgiveness of it, is subject to terms and conditions. Sovereign Lending Group is licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection under the California Finance Lender Law. Sovereign Lending Group, NMLS ID number 189421.
Trust the Hawkeye Home Experts. Buying and selling a home can be stressful, but not with Hawkeye. Hawkeye Home Experts make home, pest, and roof inspections a breeze. If you're buying a home, Hawkeye will inspect it and give you a detailed report showing current and future problems that other companies might miss. If you're selling a home, Hawkeye will reveal anything that might get in the way of an easy transaction. Think Hawkeye, your trusted home inspection company. Online at HawkeyeHomeExperts.com. HawkeyeHomeExperts.com. Trust the Hawk.
If you're like a lot of people, you may have put your plans for buying a home on hold because you're worried about higher interest rates. Well, I'm here to tell you that there's a silver lining with these higher rates. You see, the higher rates are temporary, and so are the stabilizing home prices, because as soon as rates go down again, more home buyers will enter the market, and that's sure to raise home prices once again. Even financial guru Dave Ramsey says that right now is the best time to buy a home in the next 5 years. There's a lot of people that decided to wait to buy a home last year or even the year before, and they're kicking themselves now. And if you're paying $2,000 a month in rent, you're paying $24,000 a year towards your landlord's mortgage. Did you know that there are down payment assistance programs where we may be able to get you in a home for little to no money down? Let us help you become a homeowner. Get pre-approved today. Call the Radio Realtors right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or live chat with us at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold a house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors. I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
All right, welcome back to the Radio Realtors. We are Northern California's #1 real estate radio show, proudly coming to you live from the Zothex Flooring, Cabinets, and More studios. My name is Robert Lewis, your real estate professor. Frank, you got to come closer to the microphone, my friend. What are you looking at this?
He's got a killer belt on. I got to check that. Anyway.
A golf belt?
Yeah.
Is there different kinds of golf belts?
Yeah, let me finish this. And I'm Frank Crandall, your concierge of real estate. And yes, I was checking out his golf belt.
I didn't know there was multiple types of golf belts.
Oh, so much for you to learn,
I have
friend.
golf belt envy now. But we are coming to you live from the Rancho Murrieta Country Club driving range. And Frank, you've got a pretty good swing there, I noticed.
It's the driver that makes all the difference.
Well, I'm going to tell you that the next bucket of balls is on you, my friend.
I'll get you 2 buckets, Rob, because you need the practice. No offense.
Well, I'm going to take some offense there. So we are covering living in a golf course community. Could it fit you to a T? The benefits and drawbacks of living in a golf course community. And that's why we're here at Rancho Murrieta today. We're meeting a lot of great listeners and a lot of great golfers. And it's just an awesome atmosphere to be a part of today.
Having a really good time, Rob, but we should probably recap.
Right. So the benefit number 1 of living in a golf course community is it's viewed as prestigious. And I think it's awesome because it just feels good, Frank, and it gives you some bragging rights. Now, the number 2 benefit of living in a golf course community is it reduces the chances of you having bad neighbors. If you don't have someone behind you, well, that reduces it by 1/3 right off the top, right?
That's right, Rob. Living along the golf course is a good way to avoid having bad neighbors.
And a lot of times neighbors in a golf course community have similar views and opinions that you do, and hopefully they enjoy golf a lot like you do, so it's kind of like marriage made in heaven. It's awesome. Now, benefit number 3 of living in a golf course community is it's the perfect place for you if you're an avid golfer. And I don't think anyone can dispute this one, because if you're living on a golf course, you probably better enjoy golf. Now, benefit number 4 of living in a golf course community is well manicured and beautiful surroundings.
Most golf courses, they are beautiful, Rob. So let's recap the drawbacks of living in a golf course community, even though I don't agree.
Okay, Frank. Drawback number 1 of living in a golf course community is irate golfers. And sometimes you have people that are just not super happy when they're playing golf. And it's not just the men, but some ladies too, who are having a bad day on the links and are using colorful language, or they're upset, maybe throwing their clubs. There's a lot of different things that can go on there. Now, drawback number 2 of living in a golf course community is wayward golf balls. Now, we sometimes say wayward golf shots, but it's the balls that we got to worry about. The shots, not so much, but the balls. So on our Facebook post for this show, we have a picture of a lady sunbathing by her pool, and apparently she lives in a golf course community because she's got dozens of golf balls all around her, and it looked a little dangerous, Frank.
Is she still conscious?
Yeah, she still is conscious. And hopefully where you're wanting to buy a home near a golf course is not quite as bad with wayward golf balls, but it can be. Now, drawback number 3 of living in a golf course community is lack of privacy. And sometimes when there are a lot of golfers going through, you probably don't want to be skinny dipping in your backyard, but also if you are having a barbecue or something like that, you might not experience the same kind of privacy that you would get if you weren't, living along a golf course, especially at peak golfing times. So what is drawback number 4, Frank?
Okay, the number 4 drawback of owning a home on a golf course is ground maintenance equipment and motorized golf carts.
Yeah, one of the benefits of buying a home on a golf course is the nicely maintained grounds, but nicely maintained grounds also means that there's ground maintenance equipment that's going to be required for that upkeep.
And they start early, let me tell you.
Yes, they do. And like you said, depending on the golf course, a buyer could potentially hear those lawn mowers and those weed whackers starting up when it's still dark outside around 5 a.m., or they do it later in the evening around 8 or 9.
In addition to the ground maintenance equipment, other drawbacks of buying a home on a golf course are golf carts. Even with the electric carts, you will still deal with the noise from them whizzing around.
Right. And from time to time, golfers will drive their carts into people's backyards, even though most of the courses post signs that say not to drive or walk into somebody's backyard. But some golfers, they don't follow the rules, Frank. And if their Pro V1s are in there, they got to get them.
That's right. Now, the number 5 drawback of owning a home on a golf course is resale can be challenging.
Yeah, most buyers don't think ahead of time when they're considering selling the home that they haven't purchased yet. But when you're buying a home in a golf course community, it's important to understand that resale can potentially be difficult, which can be a negative when buying a home situated on a golf course.
As a real estate professional, determining the value of a home, one of the factors that we take into account is location.
That's right, Frank. And homes that are located on a golf course simply aren't for everybody.
Even though those people are crazy, Rob?
Right, Frank. But this could reduce the potential number of buyers, Frank.
Okay, so now the number 6 drawback of owning a home on a golf course is many golf course homes are part of an HOA. Buying a home as part of an HOA is not for everyone either.
Yeah, and there are pros and cons to living in a community with an HOA, Frank, that educated buyers will need to weigh to decide if it's the right fit for them. One of the cons of an HOA is the buyer will be subject to certain rules and also additional monthly or quarterly or annual fees.
Yeah, many golf course communities will have the HOA fees that cover the cost of common landscaping or signage.
Yeah, so before buying a home in a golf course community, it's critical for you to understand if the property is a part of an HOA and also to know the ins and outs of the rules and regulations. So some final thoughts on buying a home in a golf course community. Buying a home along a golf course is much different than buying a home in a regular suburban neighborhood, and there are many additional considerations that you need to review beforehand.
The Radio Realtors benefits and drawbacks about living on a golf course community are some of the most important things that you as a buyer really need to consider.
Yeah, Frank, and living on a golf course like the ones here in Rancho Murrieta are either a good fit for a buyer or a bad one, and there's really not a lot of gray area there. So if you're interested in a golf course community, we would love to work with you. you. Frank and I are avid golfers, and we can give them a list of available homes in golf course communities all over Northern California, right?
That's right.
So all you got to do, if you're interested in a golf course community, you can call or text us at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or you can live chat with us anytime, 24/7, at our website. It's radiorealtors.com. That's radiorealtors.com. Now,
I'm headed up to the snack shack. You want something?
Yeah, I would love something. Can I get a hot dog? I know the hot dog didn't really agree with me the other day, but I love those hot dogs.
Yeah,
Frank. So,
no problem. You want a Gatorade?
Yeah, and then some Tito's and Gatorade. That'd be really good. So we're going to go to break now, and when we get back, we're going to have our good friend Ray Overton here at the golf course with us answering your questions about home inspections. So don't go anywhere. Thanks for listening to the Radio Realtors, and by all means, if you're interested in a golf course community or basically a home in any community, we want to help you. 833-32-RADIO is the number. That's 833-32-RADIO, and we'll be back right after this.
Be the ball, Danny. You're not being the ball, Danny.
Well, it's kind of difficult with you talking like that.
Okay, I'm not talking. Not talking now.
There are some people that believe that all mortgage lenders are the same. But do you believe that diamonds and cubic zirconia are the same? Well, at first glance, they look very similar, but to the trained eye, they are totally different because one's a fake. What's even worse is when you're in the middle of buying a home and you discover that your mortgage lender is a cubic zirconia. This discovery could make you lose your dream home and your hard-earned money. And if you want the real thing and not a fake when it comes to buying your next home, you need the diamond of lenders, Jeff Compton with Guild Mortgage. Jeff and his team, they're devoted to helping you get the right loan with the best interest rates and the lowest fees. And Jeff can close fast, in many cases, in as little as 10 to 21 days. For a quick response, you can call or text Jeff at 916-765-2900. That's 916-765-2900. Or apply online at jeffcompton.com. That's jeffcompton.com. NMLS ID number 298997. Equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Jerry with Chim Chimney Professional Fireplace and Home Services. Last year was our best ever, and to show our appreciation, we're offering discounts for all your spring cleaning and honeydew list. We're called Chim Chimney, so of course we do chimney cleaning and repairs, but we're also the trusted pros at rain gutter cleaning, dryer vent cleaning, pressure washing, tree trimming, and junk removal. Call us today at 916-247-6579 or online at thechimchimney.com. That's thechimchimney.com.
Nothing improves the value of your house and the quality of your life more than updating and renovating your home.
And nothing is more annoying than having to find and hire a quality flooring guy, cabinet maker, installer, or painter.
Which is why you need to check out Zothex, your one-stop shop for home improvement and renovation. Zothex is everything you need in one place.
Everything?
Everything. Flooring, cabinets, countertops, kitchen and bath remodeling, painting and installation. Zothex has a dedicated team to serve you. And unlike those big box stores, the team at Zothex will make sure all your needs are met on time and within budget.
And let me guess, they're booked out for 6 months?
Nope. For small projects, Zothex will get you a same-day quote. For bigger projects, just 48 hours. And they have showrooms in Sacramento, Roseville, Rockland, Elk Grove, and Vacaville.
With Rancho Marietta opening soon.
And they travel to Truckee, Tahoe, Napa, Vallejo, and beyond. Head to Zothex.com.
That's ZOTHEX.com.
ZOTHEX, Zothex.
If you're in real estate, you know that being an agent isn't always as glamorous as you see on HGTV. The real life of a realtor can be tough physically, emotionally, and financially. What if there was a way to take control of your life and career without paying thousands of dollars? What if there was a way to put together a lucrative retirement plan that most agents only dream about? At the Radio Realtors, we help realtors create greater personal wealth by utilizing amazing advances in technology. Let's get together for coffee and discuss how you could be a part of history, like the Amazon of real estate. Find out how we're making real estate fun and rewarding through multiple streams of income. There's a saying, if you're going to live, leave a legacy, make a mark on the world that can't be erased. Whether you want to be a realtor, you have a few years in, or you're a veteran, are you ready to make your mark? Let us help you. Call us 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO or online at radiorealtors.com.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors. I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes. Not as easy as it looks.
Sorry, ladies, I'm not the golfing type.
All right, welcome back to the Radio Realtors. We are Northern California's #1 real estate radio show, proudly coming to you live from the Zothex Flooring, Cabinets, and More studios. My name is Robert Lewis, your real estate professor. Well, we've got a segment that we call Ask the Inspector, and fortunately, we have our good friend Ray Overton. He is the owner of Hawkeye Home Experts. And Ray, thanks for being on the Radio Realtors today. We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for having me, Rob.
Now, this next question that we have for you, Ray, is a good one, and I actually don't know the answer to this question. So it's from Debbie in Roseville, and Debbie says, is my water heater required to be on a stand in the hall closet or garage? Maybe she has it in the garage, maybe she has it in the hall closet, but what's the answer to that question?
That's a good question. And it's a little controversial, actually, because the way the building code reads is if that burner, or usually it's going to be a gas water heater.
Right.
But it can be a source of ignition. So an electric water heater is also a source of ignition. But you don't see electric water heaters on a stand typically. Most contractors won't require it. They just allow it, even though the code says, what I just said. But electric water heaters don't generally have to be on a stand. Now, a gas water heater should be 18 inches to the floor, to the burner. So, and the purpose of that is, and that would be only in the garage. And the purpose is people store paint, gasoline cans, things of that nature on the ground.
Yeah.
Yep, combustible things that have a vapor, a flammable vapor, and they don't want that vapor to come up to that burner. Now, they do make gas water heaters that are allowed to be on the floor. So it just depends on the situation, depends on the water heater, the type, and then where it is. But in the closet, no, not required.
Gotcha. Now, it has to be double strapped, right, these days?
Correct.
So your water heater, whether it's electric or gas?
Correct.
It has to be double strapped. And then what about tankless water heaters? Usually I've seen them and they're either in the garage or outside of the home.
Yeah.
So how does that work exactly?
Yeah, no straps needed on that. You'll see them in the attic also.
What do you think about those? If you had to choose for your own house, would you take tankless?
Absolutely.
Or would you, I'd go with tankless?
Absolutely. The only downfall, and they're getting better with manufacturing them, but when you have, let's say, a 3,000 square foot house with 4 bathrooms and a laundry and a kitchen, they used to not be able to keep up with the demand. So if you had multiple things going at the same time, the flow of the water really shuts down, and they can't keep hot, full flow going to every fixture.
So if you had
two
kids showers going or whatever, and somebody doing dishes and all those things, it was difficult. But it seems like they're better now.
Yeah, they're more energy efficient also. And you go into any new home today, it's always a tankless.
Well, hopefully that answered Debbie's question there. So now the next question is from Kathy in Rockland, and she says, what does egress mean with my windows? My inspector, so I guess she's had her home inspected, the inspector said I have improper sized windows for fire egress.
Yeah.
What is that about?
This is something for fire escape and egress. Egress means being able to get out of the house.
Okay.
So for one thing, your bedroom, any sleeping room, has to have direct access either to the hallway, which is your primary means of fire escape. So you can get straight out of the house. You don't have to go from room to room. So you can't have a bedroom, a sleeping room that opens to another bedroom, for instance, or maybe opens to a patio room. If it's enclosed, that's not allowed either.
Okay.
And so the sleeping room has to have a certain size window. It has to open up a certain amount, width and height. And then it can only be 44 inches off the floor so that most people, children, can get out of that window easily, as well as a fireman can get in the window with all his equipment on.
Okay.
So that's the purpose of that.
Excellent.
So older homes have much smaller windows. They don't conform to current code.
Gotcha.
So when somebody buys a home, an old home, and maybe they even replace the windows, but they didn't enlarge the opening to put in a proper size fire egress window. So yeah, we see that all the time.
That's going to be on your report, right?
Correct.
Okay, well, that's good. Hopefully that answers your question there, Kathy. Now, the next question is from Troy in Vacaville. And Troy says, can I put an enclosed patio on the backside of my house?
Well, that kind of ties into what we were just talking about. Yes, you can. Depends on the size of it. You would need to probably pull a building permit for that. But let's talk about that egress again, because we see this all the time. People will add this patio cover and close it, and maybe 2 bedroom windows are now opening up into this patio room, and we no longer have direct access to the exterior.
Okay.
So that is a no-no.
Right, so you got to just be
as
careful
long as
on
it's
that.
not a sleeping room.
Now, is that something that you typically want to get permitted?
You would have to have that permitted, and they would not allow that if the bedroom's opened up to it.
Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so the next question is from Craig in Rosemont, and that's a great area, Rosemont. I like that area. So Craig is asking, and this might be a trying to get you question, can I use a rubber hose on my water heater pressure relief valve? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, so your water heater has a temperature and pressure relief valve, also known as a TPR, and there's only certain types of materials that you can use for that. And the biggest issue is that you cannot reduce the opening size of that valve. So it has to be hard piped out. You can't use a flexible, and we see this all the time.
I
Just
think
saw
you've
it this
seen
morning,
that on
actually.
one of our inspections.
Yeah, they put that, when you see a water heater, it has a flexible copper tubing that's serving the hot and cold water coming in and out of the water heater. Well, they use that same thing because it's easy. You can bend it over and then connect to the existing. And you only see this on when they replace a water heater.
Right.
So it cannot be a flexible because that reduces the inside diameter of that pipe.
Okay.
And then you also, which we see all the time, is it can't go uphill. It has to be able to drain with gravity. So you can use copper, a solid copper pipe, a rigid pipe, galvanized pipe. You can also use CPVC, which is higher temperature rated than PVC.
Okay.
PVC is what you see on sprinkler pipes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's not rated for high temperature and high pressure, but CPVC is allowed, which is a little creamier color of a pipe. It's not white. You're also allowed to use PEX piping. So yeah, but you can't use steel braided hoses or the corrugated, or like this morning I saw was electrical conduit. Can't use that. Can't go uphill, which is a kind of a problem when your water heater's in the middle of the house, which some of the homes like in Sacramento area over by Watt Avenue, their water heater's in a closet in the middle of the house.
That's like Arden Manor area.
Oh, correct.
Manor.
Yep. So there's, when they replace the water heater, there's those old ones, they didn't run the pressure relief pipe outside.
Right.
So now you have this problem of how do I get this pressure relief pipe to go outside that has to be able to slope and drain with gravity, can't go uphill, and how do I run it to the outside from the middle of the house without opening up all the walls? So it's really a problem.
Interesting.
Yeah. Or if your water heater's in the basement also, how do you get that thing to drain with gravity? It's supposed to go outside and point down. It's supposed to be within 6 to 24 inches off the ground in a safe location. So yeah, it can be a problem.
Yeah, for sure. We don't run into too many basements here, but we do. But you do
downtown Lamb Park. Yeah.
No, in fact, you did one for us in Southland Park. It had a big basement. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
They had a little wine cellar going on down there, so it was kind of nice. So I think we have time for one more quick question, and it's from Jeff in El Dorado Hills. And Jeff said, what is an air gap device, and why do I need one?
Yeah. Boy, we see this all the time. And there's another little controversy with this, but an air gap device is actually an anti-siphon device. It's required on your water heater drain hose. So it's that little round cylinder about 3 or 4 inches tall that sits next to your kitchen faucet on top of the sink. And so your dishwasher is supposed to go, the drain hose is supposed to connect to the bottom of that, and then there's another pipe that comes off of the bottom of that air gap, and that goes to your disposal. So if your sink was to back up with water, which is usually not pretty, they don't want that water to contaminate your dishwasher. So it stops that siphoning back into your dishwasher. Now, there are, that I know of, Bosch dishwashers, that brand, they have their own internal anti-siphon device. And so they don't require an air gap device to be put on the sink. But that's nowhere in the building code. So it's just one of those things. Sometimes the manufacturer's recommendations oversees what the building code is. So you have to kind of put it into what that manufacturer recommends.
Excellent. Well, that's a good question, and I'm glad. Some of these I have no idea what they're talking about, so I'm glad that you are giving us the answers. Thanks for being on the show with us today there, Ray.
Thank you, Rob.
So if you would like to ask the inspector a question, all you got to do is get a hold of the Radio Realtors at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or you can find us online at radiorealtors.com. That's radiorealtors.com. And you can book any inspection with Hawkeye Home Experts by just going to their website. It's HawkeyeHomeExperts.com. That's HawkeyeHomeExperts.com. Better yet, you can just go to our website, radiorealtors.com, and click on the Hawkeye Home Experts banner there. It's their logo, and it'll take you right to their website, and you can ask them any questions. You can book appointments. Give them a try. You will not be disappointed in the work that they do. They're the best. So,
hey, Rob, here's your hot dog.
Oh, man. Well, hey, where have you been, man?
Well, that's one of the drawbacks of living on golf course community. You start to meet people. She was talking about purchasing a home, and I was trying to pre-qualify her and doing my job.
Okay, well, I don't have a problem with it, but you missed our home inspector. In fact, he just got into his truck and he's already gone. But anyway, thanks for listening to the Radio Realtors today. We do appreciate it, and we want to thank the community out here, Rancho Murrieta, and the country club, and the guys in the pro shop, and everybody's just been amazing. The lady at the snack shack, and thank you for finally bringing my Gatorade, Tito's, and the hot dog. It looks a little cold, though, the hot dog, but I do appreciate it. But if you'd like to get a hold of the Radio Realtors, we would love to work with you, whether you want to buy a home in a golf course community or any community, or if you want to sell your home that's in a golf course community or any community, we are here for you. 833-32-RADIO is our number. That's 833-32-RADIO, or you can catch us online 24/7 at where, Frank?
RadioRealtors.com, RadioRealtors.com.
And that's all the time we have for this show.
Make it a great week, everybody.
I want you to kill every golfer on the course.
Check me if I'm wrong, Sandy, but if I kill all the golfers, they're going to lock me up and throw away the key.
Golfers! The little brown furry rodents!
We can do that.
Aye!
We don't even have to have a reason.
Do it, man!
All right, let's do the same thing, but with gophers. It's not my fault nobody can understand what you're saying.
Robert Lewis here, and my mind is blown because Sovereign Lending Group just told me about their forgivable equity builder loan. This amazing mortgage loan gives you up to 10% of the purchase price of a home, and this 10% can be used for either your down payment or closing costs. For example, if you qualified to buy a home for $450,000, you could receive $45,000 to help you buy it. Mind blown, right? Now, you do have to be a first-time buyer or not have owned a home within the last 3 years, and you must be within the income guidelines. But this is one of the best mortgage loans we've ever seen. Find out if you qualify. Call 916-765-4607 or apply online at POORIAloans.com. NMLS ID number 2099042, Equal Housing Lender. This loan, particularly the forgiveness of it, is subject to terms and conditions. Sovereign Lending Group is licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection under the California Finance Lender Law. Sovereign Lending Group, NMLS ID number 189421.
Trust the Hawk, Hawkeye Home Experts. Buying and selling a home can be stressful, but not with Hawkeye. Hawkeye Home Experts make home, pest, and roof inspections a breeze. If you're buying a home, Hawkeye will inspect it and give you a detailed report showing current and future problems that other companies might miss. If you're selling a home, Hawkeye will reveal anything that might get in the way of an easy transaction. Think Hawkeye, your trusted home inspection company. Online at HawkeyeHomeExperts.com. HawkeyeHomeExperts.com. Trust the Hawk.
Rob here, reminding you that you can hear all of our shows on the Radio Realtors podcast through Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Pandora, and more. Please give the Radio Realtors podcast a 5-star review and share the link with your friends. Access it now at RadioRealtors.com.